What's going on, guys, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Deblek, and in this channel I show you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, I'm heading back to one of my favorite communities in this whole area. All right, I'm heading back to Banner Park, where we're gonna look at the Heritage Series. Last time I posted this video was in October. The reason I post this, some of these, you guys have been around for a while, some of you, I post some of these over and over again because I have, over 50% of you guys are watching this are brand new to my channel. And it's one of the best communities. Whenever I take people here, they always want to buy there. So I'm posting it again. These are all single-story houses. You'll get the whole spiel when we go into the community. I show you the video. One thing I do want to tell you is that in this video, any price that you see there, you're gonna add about $20,000 to $25,000 on the prices. That's how much they've gone up in the past 6 months. All right, so there's some really good opportunities here. Like I said, one of the best spots in Menifee, but you'll learn more about it inside this video. So anyways, let's hop over there and get this thing started. Today, I am back in one of my favorite new build communities. We are at Banner Park in the city of Menifee, where I filmed several videos before, but I was looking at the analytics and I haven't been getting many reach outs on this community, which I feel is one of the best communities in all of Menifee. So I looked at the stats. In the past month, less than 300 people had watched my video where I got early access and showed you guys all this. And I put 7 or 8 people in escrow in this community, got several more people getting their keys before the end of the year. And I was looking at the analytics and I saw that I had 3,700 new viewers last month who probably haven't seen this community. So I wanted to hop back in here and film this community again and kind of highlight these single stories. So they've got 3 series here. They got Crest, Merit, and Heritage. We're gonna tour the Heritage Series today, which is going to showcase their 3 single-story floor plans, with all of them about 2,200 square feet or bigger. So huge single-story floor plans. All right, but I'm passing these 2-story houses right now. I've been here and filmed all these and sold a bunch of these already. So I have all these on film, and I'll come back and do another one for each of these series just so you have kind of a little bit of everything. I don't want this to be a whole hour, 40-minute video like the first one I did. So if you want to see those and see any of these, just let me know. My phone number is on the screen. I'll go ahead and send that to you guys, or I'll put a QR code on the screen so you can scan and do that. And I'm also going to link to it at the end of the video. So in total at Banner Park, there are 9 floor plans. You got 6 2-story floor plans. 4 of them are modeled. We're going to go down to the Heritage side over here. They got 2 modeled here. They've got the Stella here, which are their smaller ones, about 2,200 square feet. They've got the Parklane modeled here, which is really a fan favorite. It's basically 24, a little like mid 2,400 square feet. And then if you elect to add a suite there, you can get north of 2,600 square feet. So just an absolute jaw-dropping house there with an amazing, great room, open living area, which I can't wait to show you guys here in a bit. What I'm going to do is show you guys the 3rd floor plan there. They got the Verona, which is not modeled here, but they sell it here. They have that model at a couple different other communities. So what I'm going to do today, which is going to be a little bit unique, we're going to tour these single-story floor plans, but because all 3 of those are available at other communities, I'm actually going to sit down and show you the pricing. So if Menifee's not your spot, maybe the price point's too high, or you want no HOA, or you're looking for 55 plus, if you fall into any of those categories, all right, these floor plans are going to be for you, and I will explain kind of these same floor plans and their price points for what they're available at the different communities. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop into those 2 that are here, fly over to Park West in the city of Paris to show you guys the other one and show you guys what it's like there. We'll hop on a map, show you guys what it's like to live here in Menifee. We'll go over schools, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. But I do want to touch on this community real quick because the convenience here is phenomenal. We are just minutes away from all 3 levels of school, less than 5 minutes away from a shopping center, less than 10 minutes from the major shopping center and freeway access. So the location here is unbeatable. That's the biggest thing when I take people here. I tour all around and show them all these spots, but everyone comes back to this because of the location. So the price is good for the most part, very affordable compared to LA, Orange County, San Diego. And then just the convenience of how close we are to everything. Very centralized location in one of the fastest growing cities in the whole country. What's also super cool here is they got a bunch of parks. So this is actually Banner Park 2. Banner Park 1 was built a couple years ago. They got Banner Village Park across the street. Where this parking lot is, this will eventually be turned into a park as well. And then behind me on this side, they got this park here that'll be ready by the end of the year. All right, speaking of the end of the year, they have about 20 quick move-ins. So if you're someone who wants keys by Christmas time, there's lots of opportunity for you. And the end of the year is one of the best times to buy a new house. These guys have sales metrics. They want to sell as many houses as they can, turn over keys before the end of the year. So they are wheeling and dealing and trying to make things happen. So it's a great opportunity to take advantage of the $17,000 incentive they have with the builder here. All right, maybe even get you a little bit more, but also they're going to wheel and deal on prices.
Like I mentioned, I've put several people in escrow here. Lots more people getting their keys before the end of the year. So if you want to take advantage of that and be one of the success stories here, go ahead and reach out. My phone number is on the screen right now, whether you're talking about today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal. The other thing, if you're brand new to this channel, you found the right spot. I've done hundreds of these videos and have tons of success stories, and I've got all these communities filmed. So if you like this sort of stuff, we're doing new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. The other thing, all right, I get lots of notifications with different builder agents and different incentives and rates and all this stuff. I only film these videos once a week, so I don't have a way to stay in touch with you guys other than when you guys watch these videos on Saturday mornings or whenever you watch them. All right, so I've been doing something new that I'm going to do, but you have to be subscribed. All right, where I post these little pieces of information on the YouTube community where you guys will say, hey, D.R. Horton has a rate of 3.99% or down payment assistance, all that sort of stuff. So if you're subscribed, you're able to get those things pushed to you where you can get all this information versus having to wait and maybe I film that video, maybe I don't, or stuff like that. So you get all the information at your fingertips basically right away. I'm gonna be a lot better about posting those things as I get them because I get dozens of pieces of information like that every single week. So there's that. Also, another way to stay up to date there, I'll put some QR codes. If you guys are on Instagram and follow me there, I'm gonna do the same thing there where I can post different little incentives and rates and deals and stuff that I get. That way they get to you guys right away versus maybe I film that weekend for that community or not. Or maybe you come out that weekend and I know, or you call me or not. So all the information for you guys because I work for you guys, not these builders. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this tour started. All right, guys, so we're gonna start things off with the smallest single-story floor plan they've got here, and it's still over 2,000 square feet. So we're gonna start this thing off right here with the Stella. It's 2,191 square feet. We have 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 baths. You got a 2-car garage, and this one starts at $615,000. And as I mentioned before, I will go in and show you the prices of the other communities that this one is at too, because this one is also gonna be at the 55 plus community and over in Paris at the new Park West as well. So this right now is set up as the sales office. All right, you guys ever want to come here without me, go to the sales office there and ask for Michael. That's the guy I work with. He's in the 2-story sales office over there. He's just not in on Thursdays and Fridays, but here's the sales office for this side, but Michael still helps us out over here. Anyway, so this will be the garage access right here. You got the Spanish style exterior or elevation on this one. But let's go ahead and walk on into this thing. The little archway on the way in. Come on over. And boom. Open it on up. And boom. All right. Feels really nice with kind of the weather outside today. Take glasses off. Show you guys kind of this nice grand entryway. Show you this wall too, the little shiplap going down. We'll get to that in a minute, but immediately to the left, we're gonna have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So go into bedroom number 1 right here. Ceiling fan up top, big old window looking out to the front. We kind of got this bed kind of pushed in the corner, nightstand there, artwork above, and then you kind of have this like walk-in, pop-in closet type thing. So a little bit bigger of a closet than you're, used to for a secondary bedroom. Lots of space in here with the racks, the shelves, all the stuff. I would probably configure the room a little bit differently for TV purposes, but you do what you do. And then you got this window looking out to the front of the house there. Come on over here and we'll see bedroom number 2. All right, so same deal, similar size bedroom with the window looking off to the side of the house over here. You get the bed and the 2 nightstands on each side. I'm a fan of these lights they got there. That's pretty cool. Maybe wish the wire didn't hang down, but is what it is. Curtains up top. Nice setup to this one. And then same deal, you're gonna have a little pop-in walk-in closet, the racks, the rods, the shelves, and some floor space there. And then one thing I do want to point out, I always point this out in the videos, there are no doors here right now in the models just because they don't want kids slamming their fingers. There will be doors in like the real house that you get. All right, and then in between those 2 bedrooms, we've got kind of our guest bathroom. Bathroom here, the nice cabinet color. Kind of that tile-like flooring that matches kind of the entryway there. The countertops, mirror. And today we got the Doyers as the hat of choice. Last week I was the Padres and you guys got eliminated before I posted the video. So Dodgers are in good shape, up 2-0 right now. They'll probably be clinched by the time this video posts. But I got lots of people from LA that have been watching the channel. I look at the analytics the past month. So Little shout out to my LA people. Initially from LA, but not necessarily a huge Dodger fan. I'm a Braves fan. So anyway, supporting the Dodgers here the rest of the way. Side note real quick. So I told you guys about Michael in the sales office, my guy. He's actually a big Phillies fan. So if you happen to come in and you like the Dodgers, it's been a bad week for Philly sports fans. The Eagles lost to the Broncos. Phillies are about to lose to the Dodgers. So yeah, I gave him a little bit of a hard time when we walked in today. Anyway, so bathroom, toilet, shower tub combo, all the normal stuff. All right, and then here's that cool entryway I talked about. So they got like the double tables here, and like a really nice grand entrance to this. You got some little pottery stuff. Love that mirror. That is super cool to go along with that kind of shiplap wall lamp, all the stuff. And the thing that's really cool with the builder here is they have these QR codes that if you like some of the furniture, you can just scan it, and when you buy your house, you can kind of use the same same stuff that they got. And this walls here got some art here. Anyways, we'll keep moseying on back. So this is going to be our flex room right here. Okay, so this is something that can be turned into a 4th bedroom. So 3 bedrooms plus a flex, or you turn this into a 4th bedroom. There's even an option to add another bathroom over here as well. So the way they've got it set up is as a flex room here. Really love that textured wallpaper and kind of this whole office flex room setup that they've got going. The bookshelves, the desks, the chairs. I'm gonna say it again, the area rug. Makes a huge difference. Like a therapist couch thingy here. Big old window looking off the side. So like I said, this could be a flex room, or you turn this into bedroom number 4. All right, and then they got this little closet over here. Oh, that's cool. Show you guys the little light fixture. I like that. Show you guys for inspiration. All right, and then you've got the, I think it's a broom closet. I call it, see, we're in Halloween times. I call it the witch closet because only brooms can go here. There's no like racks, no shelves, nothing. All right, so put your broom and your Swiffer in there or something. All right, across the hallway over here, we got the garage access. That's currently the sales office. Right here, we're gonna have our coat closet. All right, just your coat closet right there. Let's see how deep it goes. Kind of just is what it is right there. And then we've got our laundry room. So you got the utility sink set up in here, which is super nice. You got the hanging cabinets up top, and then the washer dryer hookups. Now, one thing with this community that's super cool is that they have this basically already pre-set up to do for eventually if they take gas away and move to electric. It's gonna be pre-set up to where electric's gonna be ready to go in all these houses. So washer dryer hookups here, and then this right here is kind of the brains of the house. This is where your like Wi-Fi router and stuff like that will go. Anyways, let's go back straight down the hallway to the main part of the house. And here we are. All right, our great room. Everything's at open living area here. So do a nice little pan for you. Show you around there. We're gonna have the master bedroom tucked away back there. All right, but let's first start off with going to the kitchen and stuff. I love how they have the kind of shiplap wall extended all the way throughout this whole area. Super nice touch. You got the same cabinet color here as the bathroom. Cool little coffee area here. You got your fridge. Those little light fixtures. Last time I was here, I don't think this one was completely done for the video. I've been here several times, but like video-wise. So they got 3 chairs on the island here. You could probably honestly squeeze a 4th. Spin it around for you guys here. More cabinets back here. Got the oven and the range and the microwave. This is kind of like the stock setup right here, basically. For that, you do have an extended backsplash here with some underlighting. It looks like. Oh, they put the coffee there. I would have put the coffee over there. Anyways, so really nice big island here. These are probably a little too low for my liking, but nice little spot for entertaining. You got the island. You got a straight shot of the living room with the TV there. Big window looking out to the patio. Got the drawer, or the drawers, the doors there. We've got our, I don't know, designated dining area right here. Once again, area rug. And they got that shiplap kind of extended throughout. Just really, really nice touch to this one. Lots of big windows, natural light coming in. I do want to show you guys the pantry real quick. So pantry's here in the corner. Pretty good sized little pop-in pantry here. Lots of space for some snacks. I didn't talk about the living room. I'll do that before I go to the backyard. So got this L-shaped couch here. Just this whole flow, just 2,200 square feet, single story. Bedrooms at the front. You got that flex room or the 3rd bedroom. Then you got all this, that nice console down there. Really big TV. Anyways, let's go out to that backyard now. Let's go out here, and you do have. Oh, did I jack something up? Or the door messed up? Door's just not working with me. Anyways, so a couple things. Number one, you got this covered patio outside here. All right, so I believe all three of these models have a covered patio type thing. So nice up here. This one's in the middle of the house. You got a really good size yard here. Now, when you get this house, right, with this covered patio, there's gonna be cement basically all the way to like right there, and then the rest of it's kind of a blank canvas for you. All right. The other thing I want to point out, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it on my microphone, but there's a little bit of street traffic here. There's the street, kind of main street right behind me. At the top of this hill up there, they're putting a stoplight. So like right now, this is as fast as it's gonna get, right? They're putting a stoplight there to kind of slow down some of the traffic. But the other thing, right, oops. When I was inside, you couldn't hear any of this noise, and we're right on like the busiest street here. So the insulation, the windows, everything's really good here. I'll kind of show you guys the back of the house here. You get those shuttery looking things for the elevation on the back. Show you guys some of the details here. All right, anyways, so you got some good sized lots here. Obviously, some of the single story lots are gonna have smaller backyards than others, unless you pay a premium. Oh, okay, there we go. So anyway, let's go and walk to the back now, to our master bedroom. I like the way they kind of decorated this naked wall with kind of this 9 pieces of art there. And then boom, we walk into the master bedroom. All right, we got the first things first, we got the bathroom right here. So master bathroom, you got the sliding glass shower door here, those little like bench thingies. You do have the option to do some different things here if you buy from dirt. All right, so you have the option to do shower tub combo. I have some people from Northern California who bought down here, who did one of those fancy giant showers, and it kind of just eats up some space in the toilet here. So options here, but anyways, it's modeled right here with this. Actually, that was a Verona. I don't know if you get it to this one. My people from Northern California. Anyways, that's the house we'll show you last. That's not modeled here. All right, so you got the his and hers sinks. I like that it's separate instead of shared. Right now, my wife and I are sharing at our new house, and we're on different time schedules, so we're never doing it at the same time. But I like my own space. All right, then right here we got the throne area, right there, and then we've got our walk-in closet. So with Pulte, you're gonna have these built-in shelves, which I love. Lots of people love. Pulte has the best closets, best standard closets in the game. All right. So extra storage there. You got the racks, the rods, and then something that's really cool here, right? Like this is a normal sized height. Some of these builders like put these things way up here, and it's hard to reach for most people. I feel like most people will be able to reach these rods and racks. So all kinds of stuff here. I put my hats on top of those. my big hat collection. All right, anyways, let's go back and go see the actual room now. So we got the master bedroom itself. You see they got more of that shiplap going there for that accent wall. Nice little touch of that mirror up top. Not mirror, the light fixture. Same deal, lots of natural light with the windows. A really nice setup here. I like that mirror, that's kind of cool. Obviously prefer TV, but that's a cool little touch there. Guys, once again, I'm just showing you kind of the inside, like we're on that busy street. I can't hear any of that stuff out there. So if you're someone concerned about that, don't be for noise purposes. All right, so nice little setup here. Pretty good sized room. Anyways, that is, oopsies. That's gonna wrap this one up. This was the Stella. It's gonna be 2,191 square feet. You got 3 to 4 bedrooms, depending on what you want to do with that flex room there. Same thing, 2 to 3 bathrooms. Same deal with the flex room. You got a 2-car garage, and this one right here starts at $615,000. But wait, all right, I told you guys I was gonna tell you about the other communities that this one's offered in. So let me go ahead and set this baby up and talk to you about the other communities. All right, hopefully it's pointing at me. All right, so the Stella right here. All right, we've got obviously this here at Banner Park, the Heritage Series here. It's also at Park West in Paris, where there's no HOA. It's going to be, similar, basically the same floor plan for the Stella there. At Park West in Paris, like I said, no HOA. It's another up-and-coming area. You can get the same house starting at $565,000 there. The other option is the Delweb community that's at Cimarron Ridge here in Menifee. It's going to be a gated 55-plus community. So if you're 55-plus looking for that active retired active lifestyle type thing. Gated community, tons of amenities, pool, spa, pickleball, fitness center, all that sort of stuff. Really resort style living. HOA there is $275 a month. They have 8 quick move-ins in the whole community there, including some of these Stellas, and it's also $565,000 there. So if you like this one here at Banner Park, starting at $615, the other 2 spots we're looking at $565. All right, so next up we've got the showstopper here. This right here behind me is gonna be the Parklane. This is a fan favorite that has been kind of, people wanted to see for a while. They didn't have any in this area, and then now Banner Park has one, Park West has one. So an awesome floor plan that is one of my favorite single story floor plans in this whole area. If you've been around for the past couple weeks, I've been promoting all kinds of cool single story floor plans. This is probably the second biggest one. All right, there's the one in Trailview that I talked about last week that's having their grand opening this weekend. That is a little bit bigger. That can be a single story, next gen type thing. But anyways, let's hop into this one. This is gonna be the Parklane right here behind me. 2,462 square feet. You do have the option to make it bigger by adding a suite, which we'll talk about in there. You got 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2.5 to 3.5 baths, up to a 3-car tandem garage. And this one right here starts at $652,000. Kind of to show you what this one looks like. It's got that real nice exterior with that stonework on the outside. Awesome curb appeal on this baby. Anyways, we'll walk on up to this. And I'll explain all these differences. So this is actually, my parents just bought one of these in this neighborhood. So if you guys move here, you're gonna be seeing more of me. Anyways, so there's a super grand entrance as you walk into this. My glasses off for you guys. So really wide kind of entryway here. I am going to turn to the left though. All right, so as we turn to the left, we're going to have linen closet right here. We're going to have bathroom number 1. They got the dual sinks right here. Got the nice flooring kind of throughout the whole house. They got the wood-like flooring throughout. Got that little green accent to things. Shower tub combo, all the normal stuff in the bathroom. All right, and then you got bedroom number 1 right here. I like that mirror, like the color combos, all that stuff. Nice window looking out to the front. And you'll see right here, I mentioned it kind of earlier, but you got this park that's right here, and then where the parking lot is between the models, they're putting another park, and then of course, an original Banner Park across the street. So nice little setup here to hang a TV there, or dresser up front. You got the sliding wooden closet doors over here. So pretty good sized room on this one. Oh, that goes deep in there. Okay, cool. All right, so then we've got bedroom number 2 right here. Once again, a pretty good sized room. Little Army adventure people here, the climbers and stuff. Little wood shelf thing they built on here, the different colors. Same deal, got the sliding closet doors there. All right, now this is where things can kind of change for you. So right now, this is set up with an extra bedroom here. This could also be a flex room. All right, so I'm just gonna give you a sneak peek, but let me just walk around real quick to the hallway. All right. The way it comes stock is there's a flex room here, just like the Stella that we just saw, where there's a flex room and it's kind of barred off there. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So the way they got it set up here, nice long entryway hallway. They decorated this beautifully. All right, and then they've got the extra bedroom here. All right, so this model's maxed out with all the bedrooms and all the bathrooms and stuff. All right, so this is actually probably the biggest bedroom of the 3 that we saw at the front of the house here. This is the biggest one, but this is the one that can be the flex room. So totally up to you what you want to do with it, but really good sized room here. Guys, look, you got the bed there, you got the dual dressers on both sides. You got lots of space between the closet and the dresser there, and then a decent amount of space between the wall and the dresser there. Got the window looking out to the side of the house. I like some of the design choices they made in here. Nice big dresser. That is a cool dresser. See, this is one of those things, like scan that QR code when you come. If you like this dresser, you got like the wood and you got the texture here. That's pretty cool. I like that mirror too. The wooden closet doors. So once again, extra bedroom or flex room here. All right, but let's go ahead and head across the hall over here because we got more interesting stuff on this side now. So right here, we're gonna have our garage access. All right, what they've, okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't say anything yet. Let's have the laundry room first. All right, so here's the laundry room right as you come in from the garage. All right, brains of the house, decorated nicely there, floating shelf up top. washer dryer hookups, naked space there where you could put a utility sink or whatever, stuff like that. All right. So what I was about to say is if you were to elect to keep the 3-car garage or 3-car tandem, this is the garage access, this is a coat closet, all right, and that's it with a 3-car garage. All right, what they have done here, the way they're modeling it, is set up with a suite. So get rid of the 3rd-car garage, make it a 2-car garage right here, and then boom, you got a suite right here. All right, so you got the extra bedroom here. So this is that 5th bedroom that I mentioned, and then you have the ensuite there. So I'm going to show you the bedroom first. Window looking out to the side, and just a normal bedroom here. I do like the green color. And a nice dresser there as well, nice big mirror. Then over here, this person's got their own suite basically. So you got options here that you could do like how this is set up, a shower type combo. You could do the shower with the glass doors. If you're buying from dirt, there's different options there. So cool setup there. They got their cabinets, their toilet, all that stuff. And then like a pop-in, walk-in closet right here. So that's an option there. I believe this is about $20,000 to add this the last time I checked it out. All right. Anyways, all right. So now we're gonna keep walking back. So remember, this could be a flex room right through here, just like that Stella was. All right. Before we get to all the good stuff, we've got a powder room right here. Pretty good sized powder room. Gonna have a linen closet right off of that. And then here we go. This is the jaw dropper right here. One of the best, biggest, great rooms. Yeah, this is definitely, I'm trying to rack my head on the other single stories. This is the best one, in my opinion. All right, so you got this jaw-dropping great room right here. The way they got it set up is immaculate. I'll kind of go through all the details in a second, but just give you a nice pan there. You got the living room. Down there, you're gonna have that little sunroom dining area. Then over here, we've got our kitchen. And I love, absolutely love how they modeled it here. The different countertops, the extended backsplash. Something I didn't point out earlier was they have these cool little chargers in the islands, so you can put your phone on top and it'll charge there automatically, or they've got like the little thingies there, USB-C and all that stuff to plug in. But anyways, so really nice open living area here with this kitchen. Got this little pantry in the corner. Lots of room for snacks and food. All right, they got the chef's kitchen package here. You got that hood vent up top, range, stove, whatever. My schmancy microwave. These are like Wi-Fi microwaves, by the way, and ovens and all that stuff. So you got that extended backsplash like I mentioned earlier. Just really nice feel to this. You got the nice sink right there. So the pennant lights hanging down. This is just such an amazing open living area, especially for people who have big families or like to host people. Like, can you, like, I'm fired up because like my parents are getting this house. And we do Christmas mornings at my parents' house. I cannot wait. I don't even know what they're gonna do. They're not gonna have it ready for this Christmas, but I mean, it's gonna be such a cool vibe. So here's the living room. You guys see these massive, guys, these couches are massive. 1, 2, 4, there's maybe 4 plus the chase on both of them. And there's still this big empty space here. You got these giant little coffee table thingies. Got that area rug there. They even got the cool accent wall with the shiplap and the different colors there. Got the even there's the symmetry with the windows on each side, and then you got the double sliders here. I'll show you more of that in a second. And the way they decorated this back wall here, just chef's kiss. I love this floor plan. All right, so you do have the slider going to the back over here, and then you also have it on this side here. So lots of natural light. You got this designated dining area. Once again, area rug, with the lights hanging down. Same accent walls behind the TV. Go ahead and show you guys. All right, covered patio. This thing's huge. So this covered patio is kind of on the corner here. So depending on what kind of size lot you get, there's different things. What's kind of cool with it being on the corner is if you have a huge lot with like more yard space on the side or something, you can even like put a pool off to the side or something, and then you're gonna have, you know, wrap around, lots of space. Bottom line. All right, so we got lots of space on the side of the house on this one. Show you this side, just for inspiration. So the cement is basically just gonna go from here to kind of where the pillar is here at the end of the house to that end there, and the rest is kind of just a blank canvas for you to do with what you want. But guys, just look at space they've got on this one. Lots of coverage here, kind of in the corner, so really nice. All right, anyways, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and walk back into the master bedroom. Ooh, that is cool. I like how they have the mirrors there. Opens up the space a little bit. So I got the mirrors there. And boom, we are in the master bedroom. Really good size on this one. And that green color kind of matches that studio we saw. And a little bit of some of the other stuff. So nice, big, wide room. Giant window there looking out to the backyard. Cool little light piece there. Chair in the corner. So lots of space in this room. Then over here, we're going to have the master bathroom. So they got it modeled here, just this shower, sliding glass shower door. Once again, you have options here to bathtub combo, do it like this, or the big schmancy $20,000 shower with all the marble and tile and all the stuff. So they don't have a model, but they do have that option. And you got this nice big mirror, the nice countertops here that match the kitchen. Lots of space here. So you got the dual sinks. You got the shared cabinets in the middle, then everyone's got their own little drawers under the sink there. Then right here, we're gonna have our throne area. And then that will get eaten up a little bit. Depending on the configuration you do here, like obviously you have it set like this is what it is. But if you get the shower tub combo or the extended shower, like the luxury one, it eats into this a little bit. And over here, we've got our walk-in closet. Lots of space here. Once again, Pulte with the awesome built-ins right there. Spin it around and show you guys everything. So lots of space in here. And then once again, not too high on the racks and the shelves here. Very easy. My mom's like 5'2", 5'3", and she'll be able to do this stuff fine. Or maybe not on top of that, but everything else will be good. Anyways, this was the Parklane. All right, I'm gonna go over here and give you guys the specs on this one in this nice kitchen. All right, to kind of go over how this shapes up at other communities. So let me do my thing and get set up here. Alrighty, so lift that up a little bit. All right, so Parklane, right here in Banner Park, we got 2462 on the square footage. If you add that that suite, we're probably looking a little north of 2,600 square feet if you were to add that. So we got 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2.5 to 3.5 bathrooms, a 2-car garage or 3-car tandem garage if you elect not to do that suite. Here at Banner Park, $652,000. This is also available at Park West in Paris. Again, that's a spot with no HOA. They actually have some quick move-ins available over there for this floor plan. All right, but at Park West, this starts at $598,000, and that quick move-in that's available over there is $645,000. All right, so next up, they don't have the Verona modeled here, so I'm actually gonna fly us over to Park West in the city of Paris, where they have it modeled. They actually have this modeled in Cimarron Ridge for the 55 plus community as well. So we'll go over there and take a peek there. But real quick, I'm gonna go over the specs for that one. The Verona is gonna be 2,311 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage. 2-car garage. Now, at Paris, you're able to convert the flex room into a 4th bedroom. Here and at the 55 plus community, Del Webb, you are not able to do that. So that's like one of the main differences. But here at Banner Park, this one starts at $628,000. Over at Park West in Paris, the Verona is gonna be $577,000. And then at Del Webb, remember Park West has no HOA. And then at Del Webb, it's gonna be $575,000 for all those amenities. And the HOA is $275 a month. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive over to Park West to see what the Verona looks like. All right, we'll give you a nice little taste of this one on the sidewalk here. So this is like the main sales office right now. So this would be that 2-car garage right here. You got the Spanish style exterior. Kind of just go up and see this one. And then the interesting thing here, let me just open this one up for you guys. All right, right as we walk in. The interesting thing with this one here is at the other spots, they don't have the option for the 4th bedroom. So that's something they recently added. So you do have the option for the 4th bedroom here. Anyways, go on and see this nice long hallway right there. I like the texture on the walls there, the paneling or whatever that stuff is. You got a nice long hallway. But anyways, let's start off to the left. And we've got 3 bedrooms off to the side over here. So right at the front here, we got bedroom number 1. You got the nice tall ceilings. Feels nice and cool with that fan on. Big window looking out to the front of the house. You got your closet there. So not the most optimal setup for, you know, hanging a TV on here, but pretty good size secondary room here at the front of the house. All right, next to that, we're going to have bathroom number 1. So you got the dual sinks right here, got the drawers, the cabinets, all that good stuff. Nice big mirror. You got your shower tub combo with that little window letting some light in up there. I do like the black finishes that they've got in here. All right, next to that, we've got bedroom number 2. So bedroom number 2, this one feels a little bit tighter. All right, I do like the decorations there. You got that the wood there, not the wood, the birds, the golden birds, the golden goose there. This one does have a good spot for a TV. A giant mirror, pretty sweet. And then you got just kind of room at the foot of the bed here with the little seated area. Put some shoes and socks on. All right, then over here we've got bedroom number 3. Now this is the one that kind of has the option. This is in the other Veronas that I've seen. This is kind of a flex room, and I'll explain it as we walk through the other side. All right, but this is a really good sized room here. I mean, guys, just look how much space here. Holy smokes. This thing's almost as big as some mat. I'm just gonna go in this little closet here just to kind of show you guys. This thing is humongous. You got this little like seating area over here, window looking off to the side of the house. So just a really good sized 4th bedroom here. And for the purpose of this video, we'll call it bedroom 3, but then there would be a, if this was a flex room, it looks really nice as a flex room, as you'll see in some of the other ones I've done. All right, there would be a hole in the wall there. So let's just walk around this way and kind of explain that to you. So if we were to walk this way, boom, like that big mirror. Just want to show you guys all the stuff. The nice flooring here. All right, but what there would be like a cutout right here, and this is like a flex room right there, kind of like office, gossipy area normally. Okay, but that's the kind of the other option here. But if we turn to the right, we got our garage access here to the sales office right now, but that's our garage access. And right here, we're gonna have a linen closet. Off of that, we've got our laundry room. I got the hanging cabinets up top there, washer dryer hookups. This is the brains of the house. This kind of hook up your Wi-Fi and all kinds of wires and stuff. That way they're not in some random corner of the house like they are in my house. Got that there. Oh, I guess I could show you guys this. Kind of a little entryway. An entryway table or something there off that garage entrance. All right, then right here we got a little powder room. Decent size. You got your toilet, your sink, your mirror, all the stuff. Then right off of this, we're gonna have our coat closet. Coat closet right here. It just is what it is. But we now get to our big open living area. The master will be back there on the corner. We'll check that in a second. All right, we get a nice little pan here to show you everything that's going on. So just a really nice setup down here. So we'll start off with the kitchen. All right, loving the extended backsplash. That was really cool. Kind of that textured tile there, kind of embossed or whatever. You got the nice countertops. Loving the black handles and stuff. Nice light fixtures up. A really, really good sized island here. Got the 4 seats. Kind of got our designated dining area off this. Oh, that's a cool light fixture. Digging that. Like that art there as well. So you got the area rug here for the designated dining area with lots of natural light with these windows, the big sliding glass doors there. Got to the backyard in a second, but this is just a really nice feel to this one. And back here, you still got that extended backsplash with that dark tile. You do have the electric stovetop here. And this is our schmancy microwave. All right, so some people get confused and think it's a double oven. That's some more fancy microwave. We got your normal oven right there. And then a really good sized walk-in pantry. So there's lots of space in here. Come on in and show you, even like kind of behind the door a little bit. So lots of space in here. Nice feel with this. Yes, I'll show you, officially show you the living room. Nice big area rug there. Coffee table, the L-shaped-ish couch. A really nice open living area here, nice and cozy. And then one thing I do want to show you guys is this right here. So they have these starting to do these more too. This is like a charger that's in the middle of your island, which is super cool. So you can just lay your phone on top of this and it'll charge it like magnetically or whatever. Or you got the wires and all the stuff in there. Hopefully you can see it in the camera. But anyways, super cool. Let's go out and see this backyard. If they'll let us. They won't. Anyway, so you do have the covered patio on this Verona here. You got that there. I'll just give you guys some inspiration out the back. Now these do come as blank canvases, so like yes, this whole area would be cemented in, right? But then off of that, you're kind of just all dirt. Give you guys some more feel out this little window off the dining area. Anyways, all right, let's go into the back there and see our master bedroom. I like the accent wall there that kind of matches with like the tile and art right here. That's pretty sweet. Anyways, we'll walk on back here. First, we got our bathroom, right? So we got our master bathroom. So you got the sink and stuff there. It is his and hers. They're separate. I know some people like that. I'm personally a huge fan of having it separate, so I don't get blamed on messes on my wife's side. All right, you do have the black trim on this walk-in shower, like in that. And then you do have this little linen closet. Now, there's probably an option. I've seen this at a lot of the other places to where you could do a tub and the shower deal here, like a lot of the masters have, where you have the soaking tub and a walk-in shower. I also had some clients buy this one at Banner Park, and they had the sweet, like, upgraded fancy shower that's like almost $20,000 upgrade. So there's lots of options here, typically with the shower. Over here, we're gonna have our throne area. This is a lot of a lot of space here at the foot of the toilet. And then over here, we've got our walk-in closet. Kind of just wraps around the side over there. I will go ahead and do my spin test for you. All right, we're spinning and spinning and spinning, and we are good. We passed the test. But let's go see this actual bedroom. Walk on over here, and boom, we got the master bedroom. Really good sized room right here. Like that textured wallpaper, kind of as an accent wall back here. Cool little touch. Show you guys the details there. That's pretty sweet. So a nice big master bedroom. You got the window looking out to the back. Perfect setup for a TV and everything. Nice little light fixture. So yeah, this is really good sized room here. All right, again, oops. That rips this one up. This one right here was the Verona. All right, as I said, it's available at some other spots too. So if Paris isn't your spot, they got it in a 55 plus community, and they've got it at the new Banner Park with some quick move-in options available at both spots.
Alrighty, guys. So next up, I'm going to do what I always do. We're going to hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over schools, shopping, medical care, things to do, commute times, all that sort of stuff. All right. But first, just want to remind you guys that if you're someone who needs to sell a house in order to buy a house, I can help you there as well. I've got multiple listings on the market right now where I'm helping people like you sell houses wherever you're at: LA, Orange County, San Diego, somewhere else in the IE, if you need to sell a house in order to buy a house. So let me know. I can run some numbers and kind of show you what I think your house is worth. And if you want to use me to help sell it, cool. If not, no big deal. At least you got some numbers in your back pocket. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the map. Alrighty, so where the heck are we? All right, we are actually, as I mentioned in the opening, in one of probably, I mean, this, guys, honestly, the location is probably one of the best spots in all of Menifee as far as location goes. So we're kind of right off the main, freeway here, off of the 215, kind of in the heart of Menifee, just minutes away from everything. So we're right off of this street here. So Dominigoni Parkway, which is also Newport Road, which is further down as you get closer to the 15 freeway. All right, down in Lake Elsinore is Railroad Canyon. So you'll notice a lot of the streets in this area change names as you go from west to east or vice versa. And this is actually the whole the whole way I got into this Menifee area is I think it was my second year in real estate. I was, living in Long Beach, Lakewood area. I was taking some clients out to look in Lake Elsinore, and we got off on the 15 down here, looking in, actually it was in Canyon Hills, this community right here, but we were looking at some new builds out in Menifee, and someone said, "Oh, you need to go to Newport," and we were on Railroad Canyon. Had no idea about the name changes, so we're like driving all the way up and down the street looking for Newport, not realizing that it changed names. Ended up at this big shopping center, and my wife and I were in the market for, to move. We were pregnant with our third kid, and yeah, long story short, went to the shopping center, said, "Holy smokes, they got everything you need here. We should move out this way." So that's the story of how we got out here. So, anyways, really good location here off of Newport slash Dominigoni, right, where you're gonna have all three communities here for Banner Park. So Heritage, Merritt, and Crest are all here. And then actually Banner Park 1 is kind of just right across the way here. So as far as location goes, absolutely phenomenal, and I'll get into that. But first, let's touch on the schools really quickly. Show you that for elementary school, we're at South, whoops, did I spell it? South Shore Elementary School. Kind of just take the back roads down here, right? That you can actually take it back here, boom, and you got was a four is that right? 4 minute drive to school for elementary school. So something cool with this spot right here, they're actually building a brand new KB Homes community here called Nautical Cove. I'm gonna be doing a video on that here soon, but this is gonna have also like man-made lakes here with some awesome, awesome floor plans here. So, anyways, you can have South Shore Elementary right there. Something else to notice here, you got Lago Vista Park, which is really close there. It's a big sports park there. As far as middle schools go, we're at Bell Mountain Middle School, a 5 minute drive to the middle school. And you'll see that's really close to the junior college campus there. You also got Wheatfield Park, so another park close by, and you'll see you pass another one along the way to get there. And this awesome community of the lakes. If you're someone who's interested in resale homes, this is one of the best communities for resale homes. Got a gated community with a cool like clubhouse, weight room, all kinds of stuff. So you want information on the resale homes, let me know. As far as high schools go, we're zoned to Liberty High School, which is the newest school in the area, about a 10-minute drive there. They got awesome academic track, awesome sports facilities. This one looks straight out of a movie. It's so modern and new. I pass it all the time driving to my mother-in-law's house. But you got, awesome high school there that a lot of people, it's kind of the school that a lot of people are kind of using fake addresses to get in there because of the academic track and then also some of the athletic stuff that's going on there. So very popular high school in the area. So three schools all within 10 minutes there. I will do Santa Rosa Academy. That is a charter school in the area, about a 10-minute drive there. There's like a lottery system to get in here. They are doing some construction there and doubling up the size, like building more classrooms basically. So I assume they would double the size of the lottery system or the people that can go in. Anyways, the easiest grades to get in there, from my understanding, are kindergarten, sixth grade, and freshman year of high school. I did have some of you guys move out here from Arizona, family that found me on YouTube from Arizona in the middle of the school year last year, and they were able to get in. I forget what grade it was, but they got in, but not all the kids got in, so I don't think they ended up going through with it. But this is a school that I hope to eventually send my kids to. So we didn't know much about it when we moved to the area, but now that we know about it and have some friends who send kids there, and we've done the tour and all that kind of stuff, we're very, very impressed. I have a private school background growing up, so just a little bit, I guess, different and more in line with kind of what our values are, I guess I would say, and parenting styles and stuff like that. So, anyways, so that is Santa Rosa Academy. And then for anyone who needs Mount San Jacinto Junior College. I already touched on this. This is the JC route, about a 6 minute drive if you're someone who needs to take classes at the junior college. I will touch on really quickly Cal State San Marcos for anyone who needs that 4 year university and wants to see what the drive's like. It's about a 50-minute drive. I actually thought it was much further, but my daughter had a cheerleading thing in Oceanside last weekend. We drove by. I was like, holy smokes, that's way closer than I thought. So I'm probably even going to be filming some more videos down in North County, San Diego up here soon because of how close it felt. And it's such an easy drive. Like going south on the 215 and the 15 here is such an easier drive than heading north into like all these LA and San Bernardino and all that stuff up there. Just a way better drive. Yes, there's a little bit of traffic sometimes, but it just, I don't know. I like nature and easy drive, a little bit of traffic, but it's not like concrete all around. It's nature all around. So, anyways, so that's that as far as schooling goes. Next up, we'll do shopping. All right, I'm gonna do Stater Brothers. This is a shopping center that's gonna be just right down the street. A 4 minute drive, just come out the neighborhood and whoop, you are right there. So in the shopping center here, you have Del Taco, CVS, Starbucks, McDonald's, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Stater Brothers for your groceries. There's a dental office. I don't know if I mentioned McDonald's already. So you got that. Then you got Archibald's right across the street there. This is like restaurant quality food with a drive-through. So it takes a little bit longer when you're going through the drive-through, and it is a bit pricier than like a normal drive-through that you would think. But I love it here, this restaurant. So I got that. I got the gas station right here with Arco. I will say this is probably the most expensive gas station in the area, but they do have like little. If you sign up for their car wash, they give you discounts on the gas. It's almost like if you're gonna get gas there, you better sign up for the car wash experience thing. So you got all that, just 4 minutes away basically. And if you go just a little bit further down the street here, you're going to go to the Four Corners, as I like to call it, where Target and all the big shopping is. It's about a 10-minute drive. All right. But it's super close. It's just there's lots of traffic right here as you approach the freeway, get over the freeway, and then just 2 lanes to turn left into all this shopping that's over here. So I guess we'll start with this first quadrant right here, the bottom right. All right, this is where you got Savage Chef Bar and Grill, my favorite restaurant in Menifee. You got award-winning chefs. They've also got Michi Tacos over here. So those are two of my favorite restaurants in the area. You got Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Subway, some other, got another gas station over there. The top right quadrant, you'll have Raising Cane's. There's an all-you-can-eat sushi spot. They're building a Richie's Diner. They're also building a hotel over on this corner. LA Fitness, Blaze Pizza, Coffee Bean. So you got that there. The top left quadrant, Chick-fil-A, Texas Roadhouse. You're gonna have Five Guys, Flame Broiler. I believe there's an Applebee's. Missing one, Jersey Mike's, and then once again another gas station there. There's also a really cool little spot right here, the Yellow Basket. If you have like a normal like local diner where you're at, or like where you're coming from, think of it like that, where it's got like the breakfast, the lunch, dinner, all day, every day type of thing. So that's a cool little spot there. But the main hub is this bottom left quadrant right here. This is where you're gonna have everything. So you got Target, you got Lowe's, there's Home Goods, Kohl's, Best Buy, you got BJ's, Crumble Cookie. There's a cool little breakfast spot called you got Bushfire Kitchen here. Then you got the Breakfast Club of Menifee. This is like the spot when we first moved out here and people would come visit us. All right, people will visit you. All right, if you're making the jump solo. All right, our whole family did this whole thing, and people come visit us, and now we're like getting everyone to move out here because they love it out here too. So, anyways, Breakfast Club is where we would take everyone for like our Sunday brunches for mimosas and stuff like that. Bushfire Kitchen's kind of cool. You got Ike's Sandwich Shop. I'm actually probably gonna go there for lunch today. I'm thinking. All right. Anyway, so all kinds of shopping in this little area. Like I mentioned, Targets are there, BJ's, In and Out, Miguel's Jr. is a good little fast food Mexican spot to drive through. It's like the junior version of Miguel's, like the actual restaurant that you've probably seen around. You got Panera, Red Robin, has tons and tons and tons of options. And then across the street there, you got Krispy Kreme, Buffalo Wild Wings, you got an Aldi. Um, all kinds of stuff. There's more sushi and ramen over here. There's another sushi spot in this one, Banks, Tilly's. I can go on and on. You got Starbucks, Dave's Hot Chicken. There's a poke place, nails, lots of nail salons in the area. You go further down here, you got the Olive Garden. You've got Luna Grill, Fishbone. There's also a cool little Mexican spot here, Tacos and Tequila. It's like an Instagrammy Mexican spot. I get the Ursula tacos. They are spicy, but like octopus tacos, they're so good. They got a good drink menu there as well. So obviously, I can blab on and on and on about everything that's right in this area, and there's more coming. But within a 10-minute drive, you got so much. Really at the heart of Menifee. So that's why I think this location is prime. That's why a lot of people, when I bring them here, they love this area because of how close it is to all the shopping and then also just the freeway access right here. I mean, just to get on the freeway. Hold on, I don't screw anything up there. No, I picked the wrong button. Okay, well, I was gonna try to do something cool, but basically, you're like less than 10 minutes to the freeway entrance right there. I will go over and touch on Costco and Murrieta. This is the shopping center kind of just a little bit further down the road, about 15 minutes from this shopping center. So it has a like not as big as the Menifee one, but you got all the stuff kind of right here in this vicinity as well. With Costco gas prices, stuff like that. Promenade Temecula, the major mall in the area. If you're thinking of a mall, this is what you're thinking of: department stores, food court, movie theaters, all that good stuff. So we're about 20 minutes away from the mall down in Temecula. You got tons of stuff around there too, and the car dealerships and all that. But the main thing at the mall, like I said, the department stores. You got Round One, Bowling and Arcade. You got Dick's Sporting Goods, the food court, Apple Store, Lululemon, Coach. I can go on and on and on. And there's lots of little restaurants on the perimeter there as well. So also another Costco right here too. So you can go to the mall and Costco all in the same shot, really, if you wanted to. I'll touch on Old Town Temecula. This is like the nightlife in the area, basically, and lots of mom and pop restaurants and that sort of thing. So 20, 25 minutes away from there. Let's do Pachanga. Pachanga, for those of you that want to partake in gambling, they got awesome restaurants and stuff there too. The golf courses, they got like a day club type thing or pools. You can get a day pass for pools during the hot times. So about 25 to 30 minutes there. Truthfully, I should go here way more than I do. But yeah, it's a cool little spot, less than 30 minutes from this community. And I'll do wine country too, for those of you that are wine people or like good vibes, about 30 to 35 minutes away from wine country, just kind of depending which one you want. So that's a little further out. Wilson Creek's pretty popular. That's Wilson Creek Winery. Yeah, about 25 minutes from there. So Really, guys, right in the heart of everything with all kinds of different things to do. You see the different lakes, right? You got Lake Skinner, Diamond Valley Lake, you got Lake Paris up here, Lake Elsinore, tons of different like outdoor options, lots of hiking, lots of golf courses, all that kind of stuff around here. As far as medical care goes, we're going to look at Menifee Global Medical Center. That's the closest one. It's about a 7-minute drive. They do have an emergency room. You also have a Kaiser facility right down the road right here in Murrieta, less than 15 minutes to this one. Right now, it's kind of just urgent care, pharmacy, medical offices, but there's lots of empty land behind here where word on the street is they're going to build an actual hospital. Don't know if or when that's going to happen, but that's just kind of the word on the street. You've also got Loma Linda Medical Center just south of that, less than 15 minutes still. They got the medical, hospital there, emergency room, that sort of thing. But then also you've got like a children's medical, I don't think it's a children's hospital, but children's medical stuff through Loma Linda there as well. Um, Next up, let's do things to do as far as, let's do airports, I guess. All right, so San Diego Airport. These airports I do as points of reference. You might never fly out of these airports, but they're points of reference. So if you're someone who's in the military and I don't know, you just know where the airport is and you have to like know where your base is kind of thing, or you want to go to the gas stamp or a Padre game or something like that. All right, so about an hour and 15 minutes from the airport down in San Diego. We needed to get into Orange County over to John Wayne Airport, hour 15 minutes, so kind of in between both of those. Ontario is going to be the easiest in and out airport as far as security lines, usually least traffic. So there's a little bit of traffic today, you see, but we're looking at about a less than an hour, 55-ish minute drive to get there. Next up's going to be Palm Springs. And once again, you might never, ever, ever fly out of Palm Springs, but all right, you might go golf out there, go to the resorts, casinos, all that kind of stuff out there. All right, about an hour and 10 minutes away from the airport over there in Palm Springs. And I'll wrap it up with LAX. LAX are about an hour and 50 minutes away. That's actually pretty good timing. Normally it says 2 hours, so hour 50. And since I don't know, maybe there's a Dodger game going on today. Hour and 45 minutes from Chavez Ravine. All right, so you got good little distance there. Next up, I'll do fun stuff like Disneyland. Disneyland are about an hour and 15, hour 20 from there. I'm about to be making tons of trips there over this, fourth quarter of this year with my daughter doing cheerleading at the Anaheim Convention Center. Lots and lots and lots. So hour 15 is probably the number there. Next up, we'll go over beaches. So we got La Jolla Shores Beach. This is super vibey, guys. We went down there for anniversary this summer. You got like the actual beach and lots of sand and decent parking. That's cool, but also lots of little restaurants right along the water right here. So about an hour and 15 minutes from there. Go a little bit further north, Oceanside Pier, a little bit closer, a little bit about an hour from the Oceanside Pier and all that kind of stuff. I haven't done this one before. Let me do Legoland since Carlsbad's right there. About an hour and 10 minutes from Legoland, so Legoland, Disneyland. Yeah, this is SeaWorld too. I'm covering all my bases with you guys today. Hour and 15 from SeaWorld. Okay. Anyways, all right, back to our normal programming. We'll do the Dana Point Harbor, hour and 20-ish minutes there. You go through Ortega Highway, kind of behind Lake Elsinore. I think it's the first time I've seen them do it that way. Maybe not though. And then I guess I'll do Huntington Beach Pier. Just show you the difference there. About an hour and 35 from the Huntington Beach Pier. So guys, really cool location here. Let me show some mountains in there too. Now that we're here, Mountain High. It's in Wrightwood. No, what's the other one? Snow Summit. Guys. I'm not really a snow person, but got a property. My brother's got a property up there, the Airbnb. So 2 hours away from this resort up there. So within 2 hours, you can go snowboarding, skiing, get to the beach, go to casinos, golf, whatever. So just a prime location that's kind of between LA, Orange County, and San Diego. So I think I covered everything: schools, shopping, medical care, things to do. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the community and wrap up this video.
All right, guys, so that was the revisiting of Heritage at Banner Park by Pulte Homes in the city of Menifee. Like I said, I was here several months ago, and I was like looking at the stats, and whenever I bring people here, this is one of their favorite spots because of the location, which I showed you on that map video. But I looked at my analytics, and like less than 300 people had seen this video in the past 90 days, and I had almost, I think, 3,700 brand new people that have come to the channel to probably just learning about me and what I do for the first time. So I wanted to come back here and show you guys the single story floor plans that they've got. Now, keep in mind, there are a total of 9 floor plans here, and I've got all of them on video. So if you want to see more of them, make sure you go ahead and reach out. I'm going to come back here and film the other ones kind of in these little series. I just want to break it down by series. So Heritage, the single story, then I'll come back and do the Crest and the Merit to show you guys another look at everything. But today's focus was just these single stories because they got some great deals right now, guys. The end of the year is the best time because they want to get their closeout numbers. So if you're someone who wants to move before the end of the year, it's a great time to get a great deal. So like I said, make sure you go ahead and reach out and work with the right people. All right, I've got great relationships here. I put 7 or 8 deals in escrow here already. Got lots of people waiting to get their keys before the end of the year or early next year, but there are lots of quick move-ins to where you can get your keys and move in before the end of the year if you're someone who wants to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna head out of here. Quick reminders. Number 1, all right, if you liked anything you saw today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. My phone number is on the screen, or scan that QR code, because scan the QR code, it's gonna send me an automatic text where you don't do any of the work. I've texted it for you. All you do is put your name on it and press send, and I'll get back to you. All right, the other thing, this is a show post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff where we're posting new content, new videos, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal, if you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. The other thing with that, guys, I post these videos once a week. I get emails and updates about all kinds of deals and stuff from people all the time from these builders. All right, if you subscribe to the channel when you scan that QR code, I post little notes. I'm gonna start doing more often. I tried it last week, to where I say, hey, there's this builder's got this deal, and it's an instant thing that goes to YouTube, or I'll put it on my Instagram pages if you want to follow me there too. That way you guys get immediate access to the information that gets dripped on me all the time, because I do these videos once a week and I don't have a way to get in touch with you all the time except on these videos. So that's a way, if you subscribe, all right, or follow me on Instagram, you're able to get this information immediately. So I'm gonna stay more up to date on that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm done with this video. YouTube's gonna put some videos right here. We'll have the old Banner Park video here, the sneak peek that I did before this thing opened, where you see all 9 floor plans right here. Then also, I'm gonna put links to the Del Webb community I mentioned in this video and the Park West community that I've already filmed. So pick your poison, and I'll see you in one of those.